It's no news that the shortlet and short stay industry in Lagos is beginning to get a lot of traction. And because of this, a lot of investors are pouring their money into this segment of the real estate in Lagos. However, they are coming up short in the sense that they pour all their money, sometimes all their investment. At the end of the day, they found out that they are not making any money from shortlet business in Lagos. And they are very quick to say that people who are making money are lying and the shortlet business is not working in Lagos. In this video, I'll be covering 10 mistakes that a lot of investors make when they want to invest in the shortlet short stay industry in Lagos, Nigeria. And if you're a new investor and you're looking to invest, you want to make money from the short stay business in Lagos, then you should look out for these mistakes so that you don't end up investing huge amounts of money, 50 million, 100 million, 150 million, depending on the location you are investing in, and you found out that your investment has not brought any returns. On this note, I say, welcome to Real Estate Insights in Lagos with Ebube from Correct Homes and Properties. And in this episode, like I said earlier, I'm going to be covering 10 mistakes that I have seen investors make when they are investing in the shortlet business scheme in Lagos, Nigeria, and how you can avoid those mistakes. So when you are investing in shortlets in Lagos, short stay properties, then you can make maximum profit from them. If this is your first time of seeing a video from me, if this is your first time of hearing from me, please subscribe to my channel. And if you've been watching me for a while and you're not yet to subscribe, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to my channel, and what this does is that when I release beautiful videos like this, you will be notified and you will be among the first people to consume it and run with the information you get. Also, there are so many videos that I have done in the past that gives you information. I don't just tell people to buy real estate, I give them information that makes them, helps them make reasonable decisions when they are investing in real estate. So you can go back and watch most of our videos, very informative, and you will learn one or two things from them as you proceed in your real estate investment journey. The number one mistake I see investors make when it comes to investing in short stay apartments in Lagos is picking the wrong location. When it comes to real estate, location is very important, and it has to be strategic. In the short stay business, the location stuff is divided into two. We have the existing market locations and we have the emerging market locations. So what do I mean by the existing market locations? These are places where people are eager to take shortlet apartments. They are eager to rent short stay apartments. They are eager to rent Airbnb sort of apartments. So you're talking about apartments like Ikeja, which is very close to the airport. So some people just come in from the abroad, and when they come in from the abroad, they want to go into short stay apartments around the airport. So when they are done with whatever they are doing in Lagos, they can fly back very quickly. And this also makes their few weeks stay, their 4 month stay, their 4 week stay in Lagos very productive because in and around that airport area, there's a lot of activities that will make you enjoy Lagos. So the other locations are Ikoyi, which of course right now Ikoyi is some apartments in Ikoyi are beginning to charge in dollars. Lekki Phase 1 2 is part of these locations. The short stay apartment in Lekki Phase 1 is booming very seriously, and also Victoria Island. So any other location outside of these four are emerging markets. It means you can get occupancy there, but it will not be as high as these other four locations. So when it comes to choosing your location for your short stay business or for your shortlet business, you have to consider location. And if you are considering the emerging market location, and that starts from anywhere from Lekki Phase 2. When I mean Lekki Phase 2, I'm talking about Chevron to Qatar to Aja to VGC. So those places are emerging markets. Does that mean there are no people who are invested in this area and making serious money from their business? There are, but if you find out, you find out that their marketing is top notch, and because of that, they are able to get occupants into their short stay apartments in these emerging areas. Number two mistake that a lot of people make when they are going into the shortlet business is they do not define their audience. You need to define your audience. If you are providing a space for shortlet or for short stay, you need to define the kind of people you want there. If you make it a gbogbo ero sort of thing, sorry, that is Yoruba in Lagos, it means anybody can come in, then you find out that you'll be spending much more money than you're making. In the sense that, for example, if a place is just for people, maybe couples, people who are doing maybe a renovation of their house and they need a place to stay for a while, or they just came into Nigeria and they need a place to stay for a while, those kind of people, you always find out that they are peaceful and they use those things like they would use their own house. However, if you go ahead to also open it up for party people, people who come in and host parties, they host birthday parties, a two-bedroom apartment that is just supposed to contain maybe highest four people, you begin to find 50 people, 20 people in those kind of apartments, then you find out that they will damage a lot of things and you may not be able to get your money back from them. So that is why it is important that you define your audience. Don't just open your shortlet apartment for everybody, because at the end of the day, you may begin to lose money more than you're making, because when a lot of people come into these places, they will damage a lot of things and you end up not being able to collect your money from them. So the money you're making, you are using it to fix things. The third mistake I see a lot of investors make is that they think just because they've bought a place or they've rented a place to start a short-let business, then they just expect people to notice and come and pay for the space. No, a short-let business is a business. Underline the word business. You need marketing and you need sales. There should be a reason why people want to use your space for short stay. And even before that, you should put it right in front of them. In fact, they should know about you even through on their nose, on their phone, everywhere they are looking at, they should be seeing your apartment. So I see a lot of short-let business fail because they lack marketing. Because they lack marketing. So when you're doing a short-let business, you should be ready to market and you should be strategic with your marketing. Like I said, aside from knowing your audience, your marketing too must market to this audience that you have mapped out, that these are the kind of people you want to attract into your shortlet business. So it is beyond just putting down a couple of millions to own a service apartment. It goes far into marketing and closing people when they show interest in your shortlet business. So you do not take marketing for granted and you do not take closing sales for granted if you want to make serious money from your shortlet business. The fourth mistake I see a lot of investors make when they want to invest in short-let business is they want to do everything alone. Don't forget, this is a business, and for you to scale very fast, for you to make a lot of money in a short time, you need to delegate things. Yes, I know it's your money. You're bringing your money to the table, you're buying the apartment is your own. But there are some people who are very good at managing these stuff. They've been at it since the inception in the city of Lagos. You want to find those kind of people and hand over, delegate your shortlet apartment to them. In fact, it will surprise you to know that a lot of these shortlet managers and shortlet agents, they have a list of clients that patronize them from time to time. Will it not be sweet if you invest in a shortlet apartment today, you hand it over to a shortlet manager, and immediately clients are beginning to come into your shortlet apartment because of the power of the manager that you hand it over, or because of their client base that they are marketing to from time to time. So it is important that if you are opening up a shortlet business, be ready to delegate. Be ready to delegate. Be ready to employ the helps of shortlet managers and shortlet agents, because there are people in this city who that is their business. They don't do anything than shortlet in Lagos, and they have all the clients that you would need. So they say if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with people. Do you understand? So you want to go far in this business, you have to find trustworthy shortlet managers who would help you manage your business and deliver good returns to you. The fifth mistake I see a lot of investors make when they want to invest in short-led businesses, they just allow everybody. You need to screen your occupants. Don't be afraid to ask questions. In fact, you need to see them face to face before you hand over the keys. I mean, just by looking at somebody, you will know if this one is a problem person or if they are good people. There are times when their face will look cool and they might end up causing problems. But 99% of the time, just by looking at somebody, you will know if they are going to cause you problems or not. And since this is a business and PR is very important, what people say about your business is very important out there. They might just convince somebody to come or not to come. So you need to see people, you need to see the occupants, you need to screen them, and you need to make sure that you are accepting good people into your shortlet business. Because I've seen a shortlet business where mistakenly, while they were partying, somebody break bottle on somebody's head, and the shortlet apartment turned to a crime scene. So you do not want that for your business. So it is important that you screen people that are coming into your shortlet to avoid all these kind of stories that touch the heart. You want to avoid that completely, so you screen people so you can have a long lasting profitable business. So right there is number 5. And if you follow me to the end of this video, I am going to show you with my own experience what I would do if I was starting a shortlet business. When I mean if I was starting a shortlet business afresh, I have helped a lot of my clients start shortlet business, but this is what I would do from scratch if I was starting a shortlet business in Lagos, Nigeria. Follow me. The number 7 mistake I have seen a lot of investors make is that they don't know their numbers. They just know that they are making money. They don't know if they are turning a profit. And especially when you get an apartment in a serviced estate, it's going to be on 24 hours AC, washing machine is going to be working, 24 hours electricity, and all these things at the end of the day, they add up to a huge expensive bill. So you want to be sure, know your numbers in such a way that what you're making, you're not consuming everything on utilities. You're also going to have a manager. How much is that person going to be taking? A lot of people jump into this shortlet business because they hear that you can give out an apartment at 50,000 naira per day. You can give out an apartment at 100,000 naira per day, but they fail to consider the other associated costs that comes with it: electricity, manager, marketing, Facebook ads, Google ads, all those things. They've not put them into consideration. Then when the business starts and they see that the money they are making is almost equivalent to what they are spending, then they start panicking and saying that the business is not working. So you want to work out your number well. You want to make sure that you've already know the amount, the least number of occupancy that is expected in this area that you've come to set up your shortlet business. For example, if say give or take you get 15 occupants in a month, then you know how much you're already making. Then you want to make sure that you juxtapose this with the amount to be spending on electricity, the amount to be spending on marketing, the amount to be spending on your manager. Know your numbers in such a way that you can turn profit at the end of the day. Don't be swayed with how much people are making. Yes, the apartment for 50, the apartment for 70, the apartment for 100. In fact, the apartment for 250K in a week. But you want to be sure that you're not just making money, but you are turning profit. Profit is the essence for business. The number eight mistake I see investors make when they're investing in shortlet business is they try to be too nice to customers. I know it is important that you provide a good ambience. It is important to have repeat businesses, but you know, human beings can be complicated. So it is important that while you're trying to provide a good ambience, you define your rules. You define your rules. It could even be as simple as no smoking in the apartment, because you know some people can come and they may want to smoke. You can provide an area for them to go and smoke their smoking, but not in the apartment, because some other people could come and the smoking smell may just be a piece off. So you don't want that. You don't want to provide be too nice, and your niceness to people is disturbing your customers from coming. So like I said, you want to provide good ambience, but at the same time you need to lay down the rules. If anyone damages anything, they are paying for it. You provide an agreement that people sign from the very beginning and let them know what they are getting into, because if it is also their own house and they damage anything, they'll definitely buy it back. So you want to make sure that this is also provided for. You put your rule down, you provide a good ambience, but you put the rules down so that people do not make a mess of your business, and you do not want to be replacing things because even the associated costs that are coming with the apartment are already on the high side, and all those furnitures that you've used to beautify the place, you do not want to be replacing them every time because of the carelessness of your customers. So you provide a good ambience, but you lay down the rules. And whoever contravene the rules, you pursue the document to the letter. The ninth mistake I see a lot of investors do is that they over streamline their target audience. How do I mean by this? If you remember in number two, I said you should define your target audience. So with defining your target audience is going to come some pockets of audience that you can use for your shortlet business. However, what I'm saying is do not mix too many audiences together. However, some audience can go with each other. People who are coming into Nigeria can use your shortlet business, and people who are already in Nigeria who need a space, maybe they are renovating their homes or they just need a getaway space and they don't want an hotel, they want where they can still cook for themselves and do those things for themselves, they can also use your shortlet business. And maybe some young couples who want to propose to each other can also use your shortlet business. These are target audiences that goes together. You do not want to mix them with party audiences, with birthday people, with skit makers, with photo shoot people. No, you don't want to mix them together. But if you want to get the best of the shortlet business in Lagos, I advise that if it's possible, you get two apartments. One for this other kind of quiet audiences who will come and use your place and probably leave it the way they met it while you earn profit. And the other for the stubborn ones, the party goers, the the Photoshop, the photo shoot people, the skit makers. In fact, some people even go as high as acting X-rated movies in shortlet apartment. So you can have a place for them where they can come and use, and you watch them very closely so they don't run away when they damage things. So that way you have worked on the two urgencies and you're making the most out of them. The tenth mistake that people do when they invest in short-term business is they don't test the waters. A lot of people that I have seen become very successful in this short-term business, or people that we have managed for and they became very successful, are people who started with testing the waters. What do I mean by testing the waters? If you have an area in mind and you've already gotten the occupancy rate of this area and things like that that will profit your business, you've already done your business plan, you've gotten the number of occupancy, how much, the least you can make per month, you test it. And how do you test it? You do not jump into acquiring a serviced apartment. You start by renting one. If you can be profitable renting, then you are guaranteed of a better profit when you buy. I hope you understand this. I know a lot of people who started short-term business, including me, who started with renting an apartment. You start with renting an apartment. And if you can be profitable at renting, then you know that when you buy, so the property is your own and you're not looking or trying to get any money back on the price of the property, you just want profit from your short-term business for now, you are able to elongate your profits over a period of time. So it is important that you test the waters. Test the waters. Rent a place. Give it to a property manager. Start your advertising. See what they come out with at the end of the month. If it is not done well, then it is easier for you to cut one point something or two point something you use to rent an apartment than for you to give up a 50, 60, 70, or 100 million apartment that you bought specifically for the business. Thank you for following me up to this level. If you remember, after the fifth mistake I discussed, I said I was going to give you a blueprint, more like a blueprint of how the shortlet business would work in Lagos, Nigeria, of how I've been doing it for clients, of how I know people. It is a blueprint that people who have been successful in this business have followed, especially when they do not have a high amount of money to invest. If you can rent a place, you can start a shortlet business. You do not need all the money in the world to buy up a property. For example, I mentioned some existing markets like Ikeja, like a VI, like Ikoyi, like Lekki Phase 1. Those places, the amount of property are a little on the high side. Don't just try VI. VI, the list of properties you can get in VI starts from something like 100 million naira. So does that mean somebody who has 10 million, who has 5 million cannot venture into a shortlet business? No. If you watch number 10 mistake I discussed, I've already given a clue. So if you want to start a shortlet business, you look for a location. I choose between Ikota and Chevron. Between Ikota and Chevron, you still find properties, a one-bedroom apartment that still goes for between 1.5 million to 2 million naira. So that one-bedroom apartment that goes for 1.5 million to 2 million naira is perfect to start a shortlet business. People still take shortlet business, they take a shortlet apartment on Chevron, they take a shortlet apartment on Ikota. I have friends who are doing well with shortlet business in this area. Now, what you want to do also to reduce costs, you try not to take a service apartment. You take an apartment that you can provide the water by yourself. You can provide the electricity by yourself. What this does is that it saves you for the exorbitant bill that you incur If you are in a service apartment, there is service charge monthly, there is electricity bill, everything you're going to be using. So whether people are in the shortlet or whether they are not, it's not the business of the estate. They bill you per month. So if you take a place that is not 100% service like that, you can install your own solar. And from installing your own solar, you can provide electricity into that place. There are inverter ACs that you can install and your solar will work. Number two, this is just, trying to make it easy for you to start. Number two, the water, you do it by yourself. Then you put somebody there. That person you put there is going to be the one in charge of the cleaning when there's nobody in the apartment. When there's no one in the apartment, you put somebody there. So that person is going to be in charge of cleaning. And that person can be on maybe let's say between 30 to 50K per month. They are only need to be available to clean when someone has used the place. So when nobody is using the place, they only come to clean when someone is about to take it. So these are the little tricks you apply when you're starting a shortlet business and you do not have all the whole money in the world to purchase an apartment. You make sure that you provide as much things as you can for yourself because there are going to be down period and there are going to be peak periods. At those peak periods, you maximize, and at those down periods, you walk around the business. So those are the easy ways to start a short-leg business in Lagos right now. And you start by testing the waters this way. Then when you have made money from this, you are able to pay your rent, pay the guy, and come up with a profit. Then you know that this is profitable and you can go ahead to buy an apartment in that area. I hope you've been able to learn one or two things from all I have said. And if you like this video or you've learned one or two things, give us a thumbs up, drop some comments in the comment section, ask us questions. Whatever is ailing your mind about this kind of business model, ask, and I'll be very glad to provide answers. Don't forget, if you're seeing me for the first time or you're yet to follow me, click the subscribe button now so you can get beautiful and informative videos from me when I release them next time. My name remains Ebube and you've been watching Real Estate Insights with Ebube. I'll see you again in my next video. Thank you.